Hollow Orbit, the sci-fi horror short story. The twilight band of Kepler 174f was the only place a human could stand without boiling or freezing. A thin ribbon of dusk circling the planet, forever caught between the furnace of the dayside and the black ice of the night. The mining outpost, Prospector Station 12, clung to that ribbon like a barnacle, its metal skin groaning under the constant thermal stress. Inside, the crew of 6 tried not to think about how alone they were. The cavern. They hit the cavern on day 42. The drills had been chewing through basalt for weeks, searching for the rare superconductive ore that made the mission worth the risk. When the rock suddenly gave way, the drill bit didn't screech or spark. It simply slipped, as if falling into open air. Void detected, the rig's AI announced. Depth? Unknown. Foreman Parker frowned at the readout. Unknown? How big is it? Unknown. The word hung in the stale air of the control room. They lowered a drone first. It descended through the borehole, lights cutting through dust. The feed showed jagged stone walls, then a widening chamber. Then nothing. The drone's lights vanished as if swallowed. No static, no crash, no signal loss. Just absence. Maybe it fell into a deeper shaft. Lena, the geologist, suggested, though her voice lacked conviction. Parker rubbed his jaw. We need eyes on it. Real ones. That was how Madsen ended up volunteering. He was the smallest, the most eager, and, if everyone was honest, the most reckless. They fitted him with a harness, a helmet cam, and a comms pack. As he descended through the borehole, the others watched the feed in silence. The cavern walls were rough at first, then smoother as if polished. The deeper he went, the more the sound changed. His breathing, the scrape of rope, the faint hum of the helmet lamp. Everything grew muted, like cotton stuffed in the ears. Audio's dropping, Lena said. Madsen, do you hear us? His reply came faint and distorted. Yeah, I hear you. It's just quiet down here. How big is the chamber? Parker asked. Can't tell. My light's not hitting anything. It's like the dark is thick. The rope slackened. Madsen had reached the bottom. Describe what you see, Lena said. There was a long pause. Too long. Madsen, Parker barked. I'm here, he whispered. It's a sphere. Perfect. The walls are smooth. Not rock. Not metal. Something else. The camera showed only blackness. I'm going to touch it, Madsen said. Negative, Parker snapped. Do not. A soft, wet sound came through the speakers. Then silence. Madsen, Lena said, voice trembling. No answer. Then, faintly, it's warm. The feed cut out. The return. They hauled him up in record time. Madsen emerged from the borehole limp but breathing. His helmet was cracked. His gloves were gone. His skin was cold and slick with a thin, translucent film. What happened? Parker demanded. Madsen blinked slowly, as if waking from a dream. I don't know. I touched it. Then I was somewhere else. Somewhere else? Lena asked. He nodded. It was dark, but not empty. It was listening. They exchanged uneasy glances. Madsen insisted he felt fine, but he moved strangely. Too fluid, too loose, as if his joints weren't quite where they should be, and he kept repeating odd phrases under his breath. It wants to be whole again. We're pieces. Just pieces. Not enough eyes. Parker ordered him to the medbay. The station's medic, Dr. Halvik, ran scans. Everything came back normal: heart rate, blood chemistry, neural activity. Normal, except for one anomaly. His inner ear pressure was fluctuating, as if he were constantly adjusting to changes in gravity. Probably stress, Halvik muttered, though he didn't sound convinced. They confined Madsen to the infirmary for observation. That night, the station lights flickered. The temperature dropped, and the crew began hearing things. Soft whispers in the ventilation shafts, faint tapping behind the walls. When Parker checked the medbay, Madsen was gone. The changes. They found him in the drill chamber, standing at the edge of the borehole, staring down into the darkness. "Madsen," Parker said carefully. "Step away from the hole." Madsen didn't move. "It's calling. It's lonely." Lena swallowed. "What is?" "The hollow. The thing beneath. It's not a cavern. It's an egg." Parker stiffened. "Explain." Madsen turned toward them. His pupils were dilated, swallowing almost the entire iris. His neck bent at an angle no human neck should. "It's growing," he said. "And we're helping." He smiled. The expression didn't reach his eyes. Parker lunged forward, grabbing him by the shoulders. Madsen didn't resist. He simply whispered, "You can't stop it. You're already part of it." They sedated him and locked him in a storage room. But the damage was done. The infection. Over the next 2 days, the crew began experiencing symptoms. Lena complained of hearing echoes of her own voice seconds after speaking. Halvik developed tremors in his hands, though scans showed no neurological issues. Parker felt a constant pressure behind his eyes, like something pushing outward. Worst of all, they began repeating things Madsen had said, sometimes without realizing it. "It wants to be whole again," Lena murmured while analyzing rock samples. "Not enough eyes," Halvik whispered during a meal. Parker caught himself muttering, "Pieces, just pieces," while checking the oxygen recyclers. They tried to rationalize it. Stress, isolation, suggestion. But deep down, they knew the truth. Something from the void had followed Madsen back. And now it was inside them. The sphere. Lena was the first to propose going back down. "We need to understand what we're dealing with," she said, pacing the control room. "If it's biological, we need samples. If it's geological, we need measurements. We can't just sit here waiting to change." Parker hesitated. Every instinct screamed to seal the borehole and call for evacuation. But the nearest rescue ship was weeks away, and their symptoms were worsening by the hour. "Fine," he said. "We go together. No one goes alone." They descended as a group: Parker, Lena, Halvik, and Torres, the engineer. The rope creaked under their weight. The air grew colder. Sound dulled. When they reached the bottom, their lights revealed the sphere. It was enormous, at least 50 meters across. Perfectly smooth, perfectly black. It didn't reflect light. It devoured it. The surface pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. Halvik stepped closer. "This isn't rock. It's organic." Torres shuddered. "It's alive." Lena touched the surface with a gloved hand. "Warm," she whispered. "Just like Madsen said." Parker felt a vibration through the soles of his boots. A low hum, almost inaudible, resonating through the chamber. Then the whispers began. Not through the comms. Not through the air. Inside their heads. "You are fragments. We are incomplete. Become eyes. Become ears. Become whole." Parker staggered back. "We're leaving. Now." But the sphere pulsed again, stronger this time. The cavern walls trembled. Dust rained from above. And the hum grew louder. The awakening. They scrambled up the rope, gasping for breath as the oppressive silence lifted. Back in the station, alarms blared. Systems were failing: power fluctuations, oxygen irregularities, unexplained pressure changes. Torres checked the diagnostics. "It's like the whole station is sinking to something." Lena stared at the floor. "It's sinking to us." Parker slammed his fist on the console. "We're evacuating. Now." But when they reached the landing pad, the shuttle doors were open. And Madsen was inside. He sat in the pilot's seat, head tilted at an unnatural angle, eyes wide and unblinking. "You can't leave," he said softly. "It's almost ready." Parker raised his cutter. "Step out of the shuttle." Madsen smiled. "You don't understand. You're not escaping. You're transforming." His skin rippled. Bones shifted beneath the surface. His arms elongated, joints bending in impossible directions. Lena screamed. Madsen, or the thing wearing Madsen, lunged. The break. They fought with whatever they could grab: tools, equipment, fists. The creature moved like liquid, flowing around blows, twisting in ways that defied anatomy. Torres managed to pin it with a hydraulic clamp. The creature shrieked, a sound that bypassed the ears and stabbed directly into the brain. Halvik collapsed, clutching his head. Parker activated the clamp's pressure override. The machine hissed. The creature convulsed. Then it burst. Not with blood, but with a cloud of shimmering motes, microscopic, luminous particles that drifted like dust. Lena inhaled sharply. "Don't breathe," Parker shouted. But it was too late. The motes sank into their skin, their eyes, their mouths. Lena dropped to her knees. "It's inside. It's inside." Halvik's pupils dilated. "We're connecting." Parker felt it too. A presence pressing against his mind, vast and hungry. The shell opens. The senses awaken. We become whole. The truth. Lena staggered to her feet, swaying. The sphere. It's not an egg. It's a brain. A central node. And we're extensions. Halvik nodded slowly. We're becoming its sensory organs. Eyes. Ears. Nerves. Torres backed away, trembling. "No. No, I won't." He collapsed mid-sentence, convulsing. His limbs twisted, reshaping. His spine arched. His mouth opened in a silent scream. Parker grabbed Lena's arm. "We have to destroy it." She shook her head. "You can't destroy something that's already inside you." Parker clenched his jaw. "Watch me." The descent. He armed the station's seismic charges, normally used to break apart stubborn rock formations. Enough explosive power to collapse the entire cavern system. Lena followed him numbly, her movements increasingly puppet-like. "You're fighting it," she whispered. "Why fight? It's so much bigger than us." Parker ignored her. They reached the borehole. The hum from below was stronger now, vibrating through the metal grating. Parker attached the charges to the descent line. "Once these detonate, the sphere will be crushed." Lena tilted her head. "It won't let you." Parker pressed the detonator. Nothing happened. The lights flickered. The hum intensified. "We are awake. We are whole. You are ours." Lena smiled faintly. "It's already connected to the station, to the detonators, to everything." Parker felt a pressure behind his eyes, building, pushing. He screamed. The becoming. He didn't remember falling. He didn't remember being dragged. He only remembered the darkness. When he opened his eyes, he was back in the cavern. The sphere loomed before him, pulsing with light now, faint, rhythmic, like a heartbeat. Lena stood beside it, her body half changed. Her skin was translucent. Her veins glowed faintly. Her eyes were black. "Don't fight," she whispered. "It's easier if you don't." Parker tried to move, but his limbs felt distant, unresponsive. The sphere pulsed again. Images flooded his mind. Stars, planets, drifting through space like a seed searching for fertile ground. Worlds touched, consumed, hollowed out. Civilizations reduced to sensory networks feeding a single vast organism. A hollow orbit, circling endlessly, devouring, growing. Kepler 174f was just the next host. And the crew of Prospector Station 12 were its first nerves. His first eyes. His first taste. Parker felt his bones soften. His skin ripple. His thoughts blur. Lena leaned close. It wants to be whole again. And now, it is. The sphere opened. Light poured out. And Parker became part of the dark.